What I'm holding right now is a Gibson ES-300. Gibson started making these as early as 1940, and this is the third design because this guitar was like one of Gibson's models that was a work in progress. They were researching the electric guitar at the time this was being made and designed. In 1940, the ES-300 was blonde, you know, no sunburst finish like this, and it had a very large pickup that ran all the way from the neck down to the bridge. You know, right now this has what we call a P90 pickup, single coil pickup, and this is actually the original design of the P90 that they continued to use with Les Paul Juniors, SG Junior, and some. There were 50s Les Paul models that had a P90, you know, gold top, very nice quality guitar. Anyway, there used to be this long black pickup that ran through all the way from the neck down there. You go online, look at ES-300, you might find that model. That was the early 40s. And then after that, they came out with one that had this P90 pickup, but they positioned it way back here by the bridge, which would give you a very bright sound, more like for rock and roll. And incidentally, the ES-300 is the guitar from Rock Around the Clock. I think the guy's name was Ronnie Sidone or Sidone. He was playing an ES-300, which is one of the early electric guitar recordings that was a popular hit on the radio, right? This guitar is from the late 40s. This is a archtop acoustic guitar. I don't know if you can see, but it's rounded, right? Now, if this was a solid top, they used to be, and I mean solid in that it wasn't laminated or plywood, they used to be hand carved. The craftsman would, you know, with a wood chisel and sandpaper and whatever he used to carve these just like a violin maker would do that. But this is a plywood top, and it's probably, I'm not going to say probably, it's been pressed to be this shape, where they heat up the wood, and they put it into a mold, and they press this arch top, this rounded top, you know, with a press of some kind. And you can see that the back has got the arch as well. So, and it's beautiful maple. Look at that, gorgeous sunburst. You know, I think Les Paul's came out later on. They had a honeyburst. You know, really the honeyburst is a cherry burst that faded, and then they started painting their guitars to look like a faded cherry, and they called it a honeyburst. Well, that's what I think anyway. But beautiful sunburst maple. Neck, the same thing, sunburst, you know, and it's got a rosewood fretboard. These are called parallelogram inlays. I used to call these trapezoid inlays, but I'm probably incorrect. You can make comments about that. But these are parallelogram inlays, the rosewood fretboard. And notice there's binding all the way around the headstock and the fretboard, binding around the entire guitar on the, you know, back edges. Front edges. Beautiful pickguard. I used to call this a tortoiseshell pickguard with a binding around the edge of that. Notice I missed that note. You know, the fact that it isn't a cutaway doesn't really you know, hamper me that much, even though, you know, you want to be able to get up there and play in G or A minor if you're a blues guy, but you don't get that accessibility without the cutaway, you know. I'm famous for that. great jazz guitar, and a lot of guys play blues on these things. Somebody asked me, is it limited to just have the one pickup? You know, it would be if that one pickup didn't sound good. You know, the fact that people have two pickups, you know, gives you choices. You try and look for the sounds that you're trying to get out of it. But here we are, we're stuck with one pickup, and man, it sounds great, just like a great old saxophone or a great old trumpet would sound. And we're stuck with having a good sound. Well, you know, too bad. A friend of mine in Australia said, once something is good, it's always good. And this is a classic design. They can make thousands of jazz guitars, but you're never going to get, you know, something better. It's just going to be different. This is the ES-300 by Gibson, and this one was made in the late 40s. So very nice guitar, and I'm very happy to be able to play it. Thanks.